Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine and Wood Tramp Outdoors. Got another battle box for you. This is mission number 71, and let me tell you something. This is dope. Hang tight. And this month, I'm telling you, this month is a blow your mind type of box. So with that being said, just let me get back here with you, and as always we start off with our little house cleaning thing. BattlBox has a 4-tier system that we have found it is better than any other system that is out there. The gear is better than any other gear that we've seen out there, and the way they approach their business is better than anything we've seen out there. They got 4 different tiers. There's the basic that you start off with at $29.99, and then it goes to the advanced box, which is $59.99. The Pro box is $109.99, and the Pro Plus, which is also the knife of the month, is $159.99. And in so far 100% of the cases, they've at least doubled, if not more. You're going to see this, your investment here. So get it right out of the gate here. First item comes from Ready Hour 72-hour meal kit. And if you read our magazine and watch our videos, then you'll know that I am a very strong advocate on being prepared-minded. Not just prepared for the zombie apocalypse, but I'm talking about being prepared for natural disasters that can happen. We live in Tornado Alley. A tornado can happen almost any time of the year, almost 9 months out of the year, a tornado, sometimes 10. And they can be devastating. And you may need to be able to provide for both you and your family for a few days until first responders can get your power back up or come and rescue you out of a bad situation. BattlBox reached out to Ready Hour and they sent this 72-hour meal kit. And it's got 4 different packs in it. And this is the creamy chicken flavored rice. And these are big packages. If it's just a single person and you were going, hey, look, I'm just going to take this out, and while I'm out in the bush, while I'm hunting or whatever, this is enough meals, man. This keep you going for 3 or 4 days. At least it could me. When I'm out in the bush, I don't eat a lot. I just don't, even though I might be very, very busy out there doing what I'm doing. I don't like to be full and feeling like a big fat turkey when I'm out there. But this is the creamy chicken flavored rice, and this is home style potato soup. And they've also got the black bean soup, and this is mac and cheese, and it says it's 4 servings. Very easy to make these things, and again, you should stock up on stuff like this. And be prepared. Now, for a family, I would say probably a family of 4. If you're meager, you could last 3 days on this. Not a problem. And they give this a value of $24.95. And we got on the website, and this is pretty light. I don't know if this is a special for BattlBox or not, but $24.95 for a 4-meal plan like this, a 72-hour plan, is pretty reasonable. So that's a double thumbs up. Next is the Spartan Fire multi-use EDC tender, and these types of things really get my interest going because, as you know, through our sister company Wood Tramp Gear, we sell our own fire starter and the SFK1, and we are really stoked about it because we've used it for years. But this is something that is really, really cool. I've already cut one off because I wanted to check these out. But they come in these little sheets, and these sheets are about 2 inches by 4 inches. There are 6 of them to a pack. And what you can't see on the camera is that this is woven material, and it is very tightly woven, about the thickness maybe of a dollar bill. And it is coated with what I believe is paraffin wax on both sides. So, they say you can put it in your wallet, take it with you, but, you know, I'm not going to carry a fire starter in my wallet, to be honest with you. I'll carry it other places because it's so small, and it'll go right in my fire kit also, because I like to have redundant sources here. So you can cut it off into different sections, and then once you cut it, this is enough to start a good fire here. And all you got to do, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. Nah, you're not going to be able to see that. But you take a knife or a ferro rod scraper, just something that is sharp, and you can see maybe that I got. Can you see the stuff that's on the blade? Yeah, I think you can. That's the paraffin. And then once you have that paraffin off, you can take this and just kind of rattle it up a little bit. You've exposed those fibers in there. You can place this inside of your prepared bird's nest, hit it with a lighter. You know, I am so tempted to start a fire right now, but the last time I did this, I got in big trouble, so I'm just going to be careful here. Yeah, see? That I shouldn't have done that. No. Wow. Okay, let's get that out there. But you see what I'm saying? You can use a lighter with this. You can use a ferro rod with it. You can use a Fresnel lens if you know, the sun is bright enough. But this is a great tinder to have, a great fire starter to have. They give this a value of $8.99, and we looked on their website, and that's exactly what you get these for. And again, there's 6 of them here, and if your tinder is nice and dry, you could probably get at least 8 fires out of this, maybe more, out of one little sheet. And again, if you want to put it in your wallet, it'll fit. It's got a real small footprint. Next thing up is the Yuko Switch Spork 2-piece utensil set. Now, you've heard me say a lot of times that, you know, bushcrafting is fulfilling, it's fun, but it's also a commitment. If you're going to bushcraft your camp, if you're going to bushcraft your utensils, your tools, it is a commitment. Anytime that you can take some of that commitment out, you know, compromise a little bit, instead of making a fork and a spoon, which might take you quite a long time and a lot of energy and resources, take out the Yuko Switch Spork set. This is a 4-in-1 tool made out of a poly material, connectable fork and spoon and knife utensils. It has a fork here, it has a spoon here, it has a knife here, and that knife fits down inside of the fork's handle, and then you have an extended utensil for stirring deeper pots or eating from deeper pots. Very low profile. You wouldn't even notice this is in your kit if you put it there. This is a great ad for this, especially with the meals they got here. And they give this a value of $7.99. Yuko or UCO, however you want to say it, is really a good company. And this is a good piece of kit right here. Next up is one of my favorites here. Anything that has to do with food, I'm all in. You could take your homemade home-style potato soup, and then you can add some of this red-eyed hog. This is just some rub, is what it is. They call it red-eyed hog seasoning, but it's kind of some rub that you could, you know, it's got. I tell you what, when I taste it, I'm tasting paprika, garlic, salt and pepper. What else? Well, it doesn't really say it, or the writing is so small that you'd have to be a real little tiny fellow to read that. But here we go. Salt, spices, onion powder, garlic powder. It doesn't tell you all the spices, but there's a little cayenne there. I can get that on the back of my throat. But something like this is very small. You can put it in your pack. You can add it, to this, or MREs. Anything you can do to an MRE to make it taste better is a good plus. They give this a value of $5.66. And again, you got into this box for $29.99, and you got these 4 very, very useful items. But they also give you, from Red Eyed Hog, 10% off code for stuff on there. Oh, now I like this. This is on their website, and they got on here, be fat. Okay, that's right up my alley. I don't have to take a lot of coaxing for that, you know. But again, $29.99, and you are already at $48, somewhere right around there. That takes us off into the advanced box, and the advanced box this month answers some requests and questions that we often get. You know, when is BattlBox going to put a saw in a kit, in a mission? Well, guess what? Here is a very, very interesting saw, and the reason I say that, everybody, you know, has seen the folding saws like the Silky Gum Boy, Silky Pocket Boy, all the ones that are like that, and they are good saws. They have their limitations, and then you see some buck saws, and then you're going to see this saw, which is pretty stinking cool right here. Okay, just takes a little bit to get it opened up. I am not going to take the guard off of that blade because it is super sharp, and I could be super stupid sometimes and hurt myself. But as you can see, it just all folds up right here, and has a little toggle that goes here. It goes into the blade. You gotta hold your tongue right to get this to work, but it fits right in there like that. And then you just, it's got a cam that it works off of. Now you have got a foldable buck saw, and you could do probably, you know, about 6-inch, you know, one way, then roll it over. You could do a bigger log, but this is a great ad to have in your kit. And again, it's so easy, man. I mean, it's so easy the way they put this thing together. And I wouldn't get rid of that blade guard, man. I'd keep that blade guard. But it just goes together like that, man. I mean, it's just so simple. Will fit down in an axe sleeve or a sawbuck sleeve, or buck saw sleeve rather. Weighs very little. I don't know if it have the weight on here or not. I don't know. But for a saw with a 12-inch blade, that's pretty cool. And then just to sweeten up the pot, man, they give you an extra blade. Which, you know, these do get dull at times, and it's nice to have that extra blade. They give this a price of $55, and remember, you were into the box for only $59.99. Combine that with the basic box, you have now $103 worth of gear that you only paid $59.99 for. That is great. Okay, let's go on to the Pro Box now, and this is an item that, you know, a lot of people were wanting to get rid of it. Or, I mean, I'm not getting it, you know, but this is the Spot Tracker Gen 4 Satellite GPS Messenger, okay? It's got an SOS, it's got tracking, it's got check-in, help spot, SOV. You can even have custom messages. Uses 100% satellite technology, 3 lithium or AAA lithium batteries. Spot mapping. It's not to be confused with a PLB, a personal locator beacon. It's a very distant cousin to this, but this is a life-saving device. That's why I say I don't understand why people are wanting to get rid of it, but this is how it looks, and I know you've already seen it from other people, but you know, I'm digging these. Anytime that I see something like this, and we have reviewed some PLBs, and they're great pieces of kit to have. You have a personal locator beacon, and you got it attached to you, and you fall down in a ravine, you know, 20 miles from wilderness, or from civilization in the wilderness, and you hit that button, within 5 minutes, they know within 30 yards where you are at, anywhere. You know, they're great to have. Now, this is a little bit different than that. It is, let me read some stuff for you here. I want to read it out of here? Yeah, let me just read it off of here. It says, Spot Gen 4 gives you a critical life-saving line of communication when you travel beyond the boundaries of reliable cellular service. Absolutely. Spot Gen 4 lets family, friends, and colleagues know you are okay, or if the unexpected should happen, sends your GPS location to emergency responders, all with the push of a button. That's the SOS button. Add this rugged pocket-sized device to your essential gear and stay connected wherever you play or at work. It's just common sense. You know, the same thing that we teach about firearms. You don't need a firearm until you need a firearm. If you don't have it, you could be in very bad shape. Same thing with this. If you are someone that travels more than a quarter mile off of the beaten track, you should have one of these. Don't get rid of it. Because a quarter mile away, people may not be able to hear you yelling for help. You may be to the point where you're debilitated and you can't do anything except press a button, and people can come and find you where you're at. I'm going to move on here, but you may or may not know this, but 95% of survival situations, true survival situations that occur because of ego. Oh, I got this. I can do that. I don't need that, and I tell you what, if you can do anything to better your chances of getting home to the people you love after you've had a great time out in the bush, out in the woods, out on the hunt, in the boat, wherever you might be at, that's what you want to do here, and to sweeten the pot here, they throw in 6 months of free service. Now, this is a subscription service device, but your first 6 months are free. It gives you a chance to try it out, check it out, to see how you like it. If you don't like it, then sell it, okay? And then whoever gets it from you, they can buy the next 6 months or year, however it comes. Now, check this out. The Pro Box costs you $109.99, and with the Spot Tracker 4 and the activation service together, they come to $246 or $241.64. Now you add all the gear you got before in the basic and the advanced box, which came to $109.99. You have a total combined kit that you only spent $109 for, and you have $357.63 in merchandise. This is why I'm telling you why BattlBox has the most bang for the buck. They absolutely do. That's not smoke I'm blowing up your tail. And they do this. They don't always have this great of a value, but they always at least double it, and now they've done even more than that for this particular box. Now, that moves us on to the Pro Plus Knife of the Month. This company I've known for a long time. We've written articles on this company, and I'm talking about Esee knives. Esee is one of the top American-made knife makers in the country. They make gear that is stout. They use great materials. They got great designs. They got a great team there, and they keep their prices very, very reasonable. And the best thing about this company, as far as I'm concerned, is they have a no questions lifetime of the knife guaranteed. Not your lifetime or your sons or your daughters or your wife or your grandkids or your great-grandkids. It's for the life of the knife. This knife shows up broken at Esee 100 years from now, they're going to replace it for you, okay? That's one of the things that I really like about it, okay? So this month, it is the Esee Izulu with micarta scales. Now, when you get this, it comes skeletized if you choose to use like a paracord wrap if you want to. I'm digging on the micarta scales. It just fits my hand better. It's a great neck knife. This would not be your main EDC knife, obviously. The blade isn't all that long. It's just a couple inches long. And the Izulu is the skeletized version, and with the micarta scales, then it becomes the Izulu 2. It's made out of 1095 high carbon steel. It's got a really nice coating on this. I've had this coating on other knives from them, the SE6, the new generation SE6 with the 3D scales. Really cool. It stands up to a beating. Their knives are very, very tough, and they, look at this. I haven't sharpened this at all. I don't ever sharpen knives when I'm doing this, but you can see I'm just popping that hair right off. That is slick right there. That is slick, and that is a slick little knife right there. A great add for your kit. Great add if you want to make it your neck knife. It's the perfect size for a neck knife, but if you happen to be one of those that just has to have this little guy on your side, they also include this clip that you can attach to this and just wear it. I would never do that. It's too small for me for that. This would make a great boot knife. It would make a great scout carry knife, and you can do that with this. Right there you go. It'll fit that perfectly if you want to make this a scout carry knife. Another thing that they do with everything they sell is they send this little card. Looks like a credit card, but on the back it has short-term survival tips. Gives you some breakdowns of 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers. It gives you ground-to-air distress signals that you can use. And then it has a small little graph right there for measuring distance, I believe. That's what that's for. But Esee's been around for a long time, and they've got great gear. And I will just throw this in my friends' ears down there at BattlBox. I would hope that you might be able to reach out to them and do a deal for like an SE4 or an SE5 for a main EDC. That would be a great ad, you know. But I'm not in the deal-making business with them, but I can make suggestions. And then the last thing that was in this box was a card from a company called Haven Lock. And I'll be honest, I haven't got on the website, but one of the things that they show on this card, and this is a 20% off, and I don't see an expiration date on that. I dig that too, that you don't have to rush out and do anything. But you know what? I'll mention this first. The door locking system. I don't know if you can see that there. Anyway, that's what they're known for mostly, I believe. But they got other stuff out here that I'm seeing on here. So that card comes in there. Now, I failed to mention about the Spot Gen 4 that you get the 6 months subscription for free. But you have to activate it by February 28th, which is just next month, of this year, or you lose it. So you gotta use it or you lose it. All right. So, there you go. Now, what did your box come to? You paid $159 for the Pro Plus. You add up all the gear that you got right there. Check this out. $426.58 is the value. How can you argue with that? I mean, how can you even just say you're not interested? That's what BattlBox does. They've done it all the time ever since that we've got involved with them, and we really like what they're doing. We just had Curran 1776 in the December issue, special edition. We're getting ready to have Daniel Dabbs in the magazine as well. We're working out details for that right now, but maybe March, April, something like that. And just like every year, we take January off to be able to get all of our ducks in a row for the rest of the 11 months. So there is no issue in January. Also got some special articles coming up with some great guests. Dan Wolwack from Cold Cracker Bushcraft that was on Alone Season 3, I believe. We got Dr. Nicole Apilien, hope I'm saying that right, that was on Season 2, I think. And we've got an article we're going to do on Women of the Woods, and keep a lookout for that because one of our BattlBox girls is going to be a part of that project when we do it. So everything's looking up. 2021's looking good, and I'm looking forward to getting back out in the bush, man. It's only what was it today? 19 degrees, and I just watched the news earlier, and it's supposed to be down to like -3. That's a little bit too chilly, man. I'm going to get back out there in the spring. So, listen, I'm starting to ramble. Let's forget that. Thank you very much for all your support and for all your letters and your emails and all your suggestions and your requests and all the stuff you do for us. So, until next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe out there.